Welcome back, friends. Welcome back to your review channel. Today we are going to talk on the season 1, third episode of Guy Ritchie's The Gentleman. Anybody who is a Guy Ritchie fan and who likes strange dialogues and funny lines in very strange situations, definitely like this particular web series. I will start on the third series. The third series starts with Freddy getting to know that his farm is a place where drugs are generated, created, made, grown, cultivated, and he is very happy. And he is now a professional, honest drug sampler. So he is now getting chance to sample drugs on the field. In this process, somewhere it happens that Jimmy, the person working for Susie Glass, is supposed to deliver drugs to one Kosovan drug pin or drug supplier called Tony Blair. Yeah, his name is Tony Blair. This guy is a Kosovan guy, and Jimmy happens to go to a McDonald kind of food joint, and there he meets one girl, a strange girl, and there is this beautiful conversation between this girl and Jimmy. Jimmy is in complete awe of this girl, and he is he feels that he has found the love of his life. And the conversation is this kind of conversation can only happen in a Guy Ritchie web series. There is an interesting conversation. This conversation is worth watching, and the conversation is so beautiful that the Jimmy thinks that she is in love with him, and he is all engrossed in that thought process where he is thinking further. In the meanwhile, the girl is very smart, and she takes his keys and she vanishes with the car or the vehicle with the drugs. Now, Jimmy is still in that mode, and he comes back. He tells Miss Glass that this has happened. Now, Miss Glass is in a kind of tension. Jimmy also exchanges the numbers with that new girl. Jimmy seems to be completely in love with that girl. There's a certain panache, certain style in the conversation that makes it so funny and nuanced at the same time. Then there is there are certain words, there are certain words in this episode. There is a certain word called symbiotic ecosystem. For example, there is a line where Miss Glass says, "In the spirit of symbiotic ecosystem, in the spirit of symbiotic ecosystem, Edward has to now steal a green Lamborghini for Tony Blair. Tony Blair, the guy who was supposed to get the drugs from Jimmy, but Jimmy had got in a different zone, and he lost his load of drugs. Now Edward has to do this because Edward has to save his brother, and he has to remove these people out of his farmhouse, remove Susie Glass and all. So this is a story like that. So Edward and Freddy, they go there into this place where this Lamborghini is there, disguised as a Russian oligarch with lots of money, and they speak in this Russian accent. Victor, that kind of accent. This is the Russian army. Please surrender. If you remember that old movie, the Americans fighting the Russians and these Afghans are in between. All those movies, you will find the Russian accent. So Freddy tries to use that Russian accent, but Edward is a little angry because he might get caught with that accent. So Edward and they somehow try to get the people engrossed, and Freddy's wife takes the car and goes for a trial. Meanwhile, Edward goes into the room and he tries to look around for the keys. and he finds a severed small little finger, and he gets little surprised. The character of Edward is shown that he doesn't get scared or doesn't get panicky very soon. So he's from the army. And there again, the whole conversation is very nice. In the morning, they find Jimmy in the close proximity of the lab, and then he is like he's in his birthday suit, and then the guard takes him into the place, and they tell Jimmy then tells the story. So this is what the third episode is about. This has been quite an interesting series till now. The only reason I am watching this is because of the conversation, the style. It's so nice. It's pleasing to your ears more than your eyes. I am now excited to watch the fourth episode. Thank you. See you again. Bye bye. Take care.